So I want to start by asking, I noticed in the credits on London Calling that you are also listed as a producer. And I'm
Yes.
curious what happened and what you did before we talk about your day job that got you involved as a producer.
Well, I've been trying to kind of bridge the gap between both sides of the camera a lot more as my career's gone on. I just directed a short film a few years ago called Unarmed Divide. It's a military PTSD movie. So I've been trying to do that for a while, and this was a great opportunity. Me and my mom are actually executive producers on this one. So we both had a great time, and Alan and Josh are very collaborative, so they made it very easy. And we're trying to do as much as we can on the marketing side of it too. I'm rebuilding a car actually for the movie that we're going to have at the premiere. So that 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix will be redone and at the premiere. So yeah, man, it's been something I've been trying to work on for a while, and I'm very honored to have that on this one.
That is so cool about the car. Rebuilding,
Yeah,
like, in what sense? Like, when you say I'm rebuilding, do you mean, like, tell us a little bit about your role in the rebuilding and what that means? Okay,
yeah.
so
So, if you don't know, I'm a huge car enthusiast. We have a YouTube channel. It's called Half Torqued, and we work on our own cars. So we do everything from rebuilding engines to putting on a wrap. So basically, yeah, they gave us a budget, and we bought a car for like 2 grand that has rust and holes and the wrong color and a blown motor and everything, and we are basically rebuilding it from nothing.
nice. And it'll be at the premiere. We'll see the
It
the
will.
car there.
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Okay, so jumping into the part of the process that involves your usual work, the acting. Tell me a little bit about what was attractive to you about the role in the project.
Uh, it's a hard question because there's a lot. I mean, it was all attractive. I have never done a full like lead role in a full comedy movie, so that was awesome. I've always wanted to do action, so that's another thing that was great. And Julian, I mean, I relate to that character a lot. It's the same as who I played in as Ben and It and Sonny and Goosebumps. So it's a very similar character, but I also got to bridge the gap between the comedy and the action. So it's an action that has real heart and an amazing underlying story that I think people will really be attracted to. And I feel like you don't find that these days. So I can't wait for people to see it.
Yeah, it's funny talking about, you mentioned the character and sort of trying to find something. It bridges a gap, you said, or connects to some of these characters you've played that are certainly memorable. How would you like, Ben always comes to mind with you, and it's kind of an origin, a big role that started things off in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
What are the similarities and maybe what are some of the differences to Ben, so audiences and fans know?
Yeah. I mean, I think uh, Ben is quiet and he's sheltered and he just wants friends and he just wants to impress the people around him. And I think that that's the whole underlying story of this is that Julian just wants to impress his dad and finally be loved. And that's just something that he's chasing that he's never going to get because that's just an unrealistic expectation that his father has of him. And so I think that it's the same personality. It's just in very, very different settings.
Do you think part of the reason it works is because it's relatively universal on some level? Like something people can relate to, like approval seeking in that way and struggling to
Absolutely.
get it?
Yeah, I think a problem in these days is that people move the goalposts on what's acceptable and what's not. And I think the idea of being a man, I think, is kind of the wrong idea. Obviously, there are masculine things, but that's not all that being a man is. I'm a car guy, but that doesn't make me any more of a man because I can throw a wrench around. And so I think that it's very, very universal. Seeking approval is I think everyone's goal all the time, and it's something that you just can't do. You can't please everybody. It's the same with movies and everything. Somebody's going to be upset about it or somebody's not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because Josh Duhamel, he obviously represents also a different kind of like, he probably deals with his own expectations put upon him and thinks he's trying to be, but also his own status as an icon in a way and the types of roles
Yeah.
he plays. So did you guys talk at all about this idea of being a man and its different permutations and seeking approval for that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that you can't make a movie this good without having those real conversations about exactly what the underlying story is and what that means. So yeah, I mean that's a very very important thing, and we wanted to make sure that that was represented well.
What are some of the movies you feel like that have represented masculinity in the best ways that are something that maybe not the most traditional ways, but you look at it and you think like that's an honest, fair portrayal and that's something to aspire to?
That's a good question. I don't have anything that like comes to mind right away. Obviously, you have like the obvious answers like American Sniper, but that's the same problem, right? That's I'm part of the problem now. And so I think this is one of the first that's like being a man. Like, yeah, you can be like a man, but that's not what it's all about, and you don't have to be a man to be a man. And so yeah, I think that this is one of the first that I've seen that really gives it a real meaning and makes that important. And I think it's more important about being like a good person and not necessarily about being a man or being a woman. I think it's more about just being who you are and being a good person.
Yeah, I really like that. That's it also keeps reminding me of the song "The Make a Man Out of You" from Mulan
Yeah.
every time you say it.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit more about the cars. You know, it's a passion and an interest, and you know, you've built a sort of separate thing about that. But
Yeah.
where does that going in what direction and how is obviously you found a way to tie it into this, but something for that connects that fan base, you know, so we can synchronize a
Yeah.
little.
Absolutely. We're actually gonna have like a small car show at the premiere because I am trying to build to bridge the gap. I think a lot of car enthusiasts in the movie world want to like pander, and so they'll like throw a Lamborghini in there. But that's not a build. Like we want to see real cool cars that car enthusiasts appreciate. But yeah, I mean, my car journey started a few years ago. I don't really know how it happened. I wasn't into cars, and then I went and drag raced a car that I had, and I was like, let's do this for real. And then all of a
That's
sudden, met
wait,
with my dad.
that's pretty crazy and out there. Like
Yeah,
this just happened somewhere. Like you're just like,
literally, yeah.
I'm bored
So
today. I'm gonna go drag race.
yeah, so we have this thing called street fights over here in Bristol, Tennessee. It's at a drag strip down the road. I'm like 15 minutes away from it, and they just let you bring whatever. There are people in their minivans. I had a
Nice.
BMW 540i at the time. It's a great tuning platform, which I had no idea about whenever I first bought it. And I just wanted the cool car because like I had a little bit of money, so like I might as well buy something. And then all of a sudden, every single dime that I had was was going into cars.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I started as a car guy, and then as you become more of a car guy, you realize how little of a car guy you were back then. And I think where we're taking this car from nothing and making it something is about as car guy as it gets. So I think I can officially say that I am a car enthusiast. But yeah, I mean, I kind of spent some time thinking that my fan base wouldn't want to see that, and that was silly of me. And so I decided to like make it public, and now we have a YouTube channel, and it's doing well, and we're really enjoying it. So
That is so awesome. I want to make sure we tag it and cross it out. And
yeah.
also a pitch for me. You and Sydney Sweeney should talk cars sometime, right? Because she also does some car stuff.
Yes, I actually had no idea that she was like a real car enthusiast until the whole like American Eagle thing, and I saw her in that beautiful GT350, and I was like, oh my gosh, you have to be somewhat of a car enthusiast to know that that's a really awesome car. And then I
That's
figured out she like actually works on them. It's super cool.
it's really cool. All right. Well, I'm glad to have learned more about that. Thank you so much for your time today, Jeremy. I got to wrap, but congrats on everything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.